Scorpio, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Scorpion, I'm going to be doing your reading from mid-March until the end of the month. This will be a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Now, in this reading, dear Scorpion, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify your main challenge and get some final advice for you. Dear Scorpio, I would like to thank to each and every one of you for being here. I'm your funny North Node Scorpio guy right here. And I want to thank to all of you for all your beautiful presence here. This reading, I'm posting it today, like literally after I'm recording this, I'm going to post it up. I'm going to put it up to be posted for tonight. So I wanted to make sure that I don't make you wait, honey buns. I've just been like really focused on training and everything. But I will never fall behind my schedule. So everything is on time, baby. That's what I'm saying. So Scorpio, your challenge from now until the end of the month is the Eight of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Judgment, which is the card of Scorpio. So Scorpio, there is something here that's been really concerning you. Okay, I do see here the Devil and the Two of Pentacles. There is an important decision that you are trying to make. I think you get a lot in your head. You could be a lot in your head. Something here has been really bothering you. A situation here has been bothering you big time, and you want to set yourself free from a situation, or you want to set yourself free from a certain mindset and thinking. We're going to find out to see what is it that's been holding you down. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I don't really see coming up a lot in your energy, so you need to hear this message. We're going to clarify this and we're going to find out more information. In the recent past, you have the Four of Cups, the World, and the Nine of Swords. So in the recent past, dear Scorpio, there was a rejection here by somebody towards you. You could have dealt with one of the four fixed signs, possibly a Taurus, Leo, another Scorpio, Aquarius, okay, or Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. A situation here came to an end and it caused you a lot of stress here. We're going to find out more about this and we're going to get some more clarity. In the present moment, you have the Devil, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So you're kind of standing between two options. You could also have two people on your mind. You could be dealing with the Capricorn, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, could be any other sign. There is a very strong connection here when it comes to somebody. But when it comes to this person with the Devil, you also are very well aware that there is something kind of unhealthy within this connection, or somebody here is tied up to another person, possibly a presence of a third-party situation. We're going to find out more about this and we're going to clarify. In the near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Strength. So get ready. Okay, because even though this situation has been bothering you for some time, I do see here somebody coming towards your way and wanting to commit you and offer you commitment. You could be dealing with the Taurus, Leo, could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So there is something about a very strong connection that's gonna work out, and you gotta make the last call. Okay, you gotta call the shots here with the Judgment. This is about you having an epiphany and a realization. A lot of you could be dealing with two people. This is not gonna resonate with everybody. Okay, the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It looks like that for many of you, there is this feeling of an unfinished business between you and another person, okay? And you need to make a decision here when it comes to this person. A lot of you, I do see here collaboration coming up, cooperation, working something out with the Three of Pentacles. This means that there will be some sort of an agreement that will be made between you and another person. In order for us to find out more about this, we're gonna get into your reading and we're gonna clarify. So let's get into your challenge and clarify to see what is it that you need to know, dear Scorpiana. And I think this might be interesting for you to know as well. I did a 15-minute of bike ride this morning and also went to the gym, upper body. So I'm saying really committed to my training and preparing for my triathlon, okay, this fall, Ironman. So the Eight of Swords, let's see what's been bothering you, Scorpiana, what's going on. Scorpio, the Eight of Swords is clarified by the Chariot, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of you, there is a situation here that has possibly ended between you and somebody else, and it's been very difficult for you to move on from them. You could have dealt with the Cancer, possibly an air sign, or there is also a very strong earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Something here ended, or there was this sense of betrayal. A lot of you, it's been challenging for you to move on from this situation. You could be receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities and a lot of confirmations about this person. Might have even watched multiple tarot readings, but this is the one that you need. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I do see here that there is something about you feeling kind of bothered, that it's like you want clarity. You need clarity. You need 100% clarity. As a Scorpio, you are a very intense water sign. My North Node is in Scorpio, so I know and I relate. There is something about you wanting to free yourself. I see here a desire for freedom from a certain mindset, freedom from a certain thinking, from certain situation that's been kind of holding you down. It also can be that you have been wanting to gain a lot of clarity, and it's like this person hasn't come forward fully to give you the clarity that you need. Because the moment you have an opportunity here to talk to this person, maybe that's what you have been wanting, to talk to them, to see what things can work out, how things can work out together, then it's going to give you the clarity that you need, because you're not somebody that's going to be obsessively just waiting for somebody. You're either going to move forward on your own towards a different direction, or you're going to work things out with this person, okay? So it's been a challenge. Now, let's talk about the recent past. In the recent past, dear Scorpio, with the Four of Cups, I do see here a situation where somebody here possibly rejected you, or you made an offer to another person and they were very much closed up towards you. Okay, so let's clarify the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is clarified by the Fool, the Lovers, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Justice. Could have dealt with the Libra here, or somebody who had Libra in their birth chart. I do see here in the recent past, dear Scorpio, that when you made an offer here to this person was being on and off with you with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the Lovers. Just want to show you real quick. Okay. So you tried to have a brand new beginning with this person. Could have been an Aries, but this person was being very much on and off with you, back and forth. There was a lot of this like hot and cold energy, okay, being very inconsistent. One moment they wanted to work things out with you. The next moment they were not unsure. And to be honest, because I don't sugarcoat anything, you could have also come to a point where you were also not sure. You were also like, what am I falling for? I don't know if I really want something for me. I don't know if I really want anything with this person anymore. It's 202 right now. So 202, look up onto, the meaning of 202, what that can actually mean for you. So a situation here in the recent past, Scorpio, with the World, which is the last card in tarot in major arcana, it came to an end. The World is clarified by the World again, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So a lot of you felt that you had a very strong soul connection with this person, possibly a person of a past lifetimes. Now, the World being clarified by the World, this is the World, but this World card, this lady is so naked. I just have to cover her. I got this one marked up, you know what I'm saying? So, but this one, the marker doesn't stay. I just have to use stickers. And nobody got time for that. So I'm saying, now here is the thing. Scorpio, in the recent past, I do see here that you wanted to cooperate with this person. You wanted to work things out. You have seen all the signs and synchronicities. This person could have tried to come back into your life again, or you went back to this person. And even though you both were trying to work something out together, there could have been a third party. The third party could have been a job, or could have been this person working a lot, or a family member, and hence the reason why this situation came to an end. In the recent past, when this situation came to an end with the Nine of Swords, I see here you being stressed out. You going through some sort of a phase of like being a lot in your head. It was very challenging for you to get out of your head. So let's clarify the Nine of Swords for you here in the recent past. So the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Judgment. That is you, the Three of Wands, and the Star. You could have also dealt with an Aquarius, okay? Now, there could have been this waiting. You kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, right? So the Judgment in tarot, which is also at the bottom of the deck, represents Scorpio. This is a Scorpio energy. It's about resurrection. It's about transformation. So just want to show this one also. You know what I'm saying? So the star, that's a hope and a wish and a fulfilled. A lot of you were hoping that things were gonna work out with this person that the way that you had anticipated. You kept waiting. There is something about traveling, ships, cruises could be very significant, or body of water. You could live near a body of water, okay, or like just in general, ship and a boat could be very significant, or water. Now, a lot of you in the recent past kept waiting, and then you realized something. You realized, you said to yourself, the longer I'm waiting and I'm anticipating for this person to come towards me, the more stressful I'm getting. And I think it wasn't just only the waiting game. I think what's showing up in the present moment with the devil is this realization that maybe there is still an existence of a third party situation. And you remember, the third party could be anything from, a family member, master-in-law. It could be certain situations, okay? Distance could be a third party, something here that's been really affecting you and this person wanting to work things out together. Now, let's clarify the devil here for you, okay? And see what is it that you need to know. The devil. So the devil here in the present moment, dear Scorpio, is clarified by the Tower. That's you also, the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Now, for many of you, I do see here that even though a situation here hasn't worked out, okay, some sort of a transformation is happening, I think that somebody's getting a lot of clarity. This could be you having a lot of clarity. That person could be having a lot of clarity. Remember, the Eight of Swords is your challenge in the very beginning, right? When I pulled it up, I said you kind of feel it's been bothering you. So even though this has been bothering you for quite some time, it's not gonna any longer. This is not gonna bother you any longer, because something here is transforming and changing. And what's coming to an end, this is my prediction on my channel that I've made it very clear for a lot of signs. What the prediction here is that a lot of third-party situations, toxic third parties, unhealthy people who try to come and steal the divine feminine, the divine masculine, they're going to fall apart. They're going to come down. It's not going to last longer. Something here that's been really toxic, it's finally coming to an end. And a lot of you may not really know that, but you can intuitively feel that something is coming towards your way. There is plans for traveling. You could be making some future plans. You could be really imagining and thinking, this is what's going to happen when this situation resolves. So you're still hoping for the positive, which is a good sign. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands, and the King of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. One of the things that you may not see coming here is that this person is going to walk away and they're going to disconnect from somebody, okay? Or they're going to make some sort of a move. I do see here a lot of clarity coming in towards your way. Scorpio, King of Swords, Six of Wands. You could be somebody that you are in the public's eye. Six of Wands, you could be very well recognized. You could be also a tarot reader, I don't know, like a spiritual person. But for many of you with the King of Swords, you're going to get a lot of clarity that you don't know. When you get a lot of clarity, communication coming from this person and the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, this is talking about you seeing, like getting your final confirmations that, okay, I was bothered by this situation once. These were the things that were bothering me. Now I'm standing in front of a choice and a decision, because there is commitment coming towards your way with the Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles, and the Strength. Okay, and a strong commitment. You could be dealing with two people. This is not going to resonate with everybody, or going back and forth when it comes to lovers. So the Two of Pentacles, Scorpiana, in the present moment is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Sun, and the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of you are going to give this situation a chance. I do see here also resolving some sort of a conflict. Something is going to be eliminated. With the Sun, the Sun eliminates the conflict. The Sun also exposes the third party, the jealous people. I don't know why, Scorpio. Do you possibly have any, I mean, you're a Scorpio, you would. Do you have any jealous people around you? People who are jealous of you, who are trying to evil eye on you? I don't know who them hoes are, but they're going to be exposed for sure. Let me tell you that, for real. So clock that in, honey. Some third parties, toxic people, jealous people, envious people, they're going to be exposed. The Sun, it eliminates when it comes out, right? People who didn't want to see you marry this person, people who didn't want to see you and this person, ending up in a very happy relationship. So you could be making a decision here, because like I said, there is a conversation about commitment and marriage. The Four of Wands here talks about relationships. So you could be kind of like going back and forth because you might be really focused and locked in for your career and for your work. And this comes down to really balancing things out for you. Because I think that in the past, when you really wanted to give all of yourself to this person, you could have even like maybe put your work aside a little bit and sabotage and sacrifice certain success. But now you're locking into for your success and you're going after Eight of Pentacles, building some sort of a money, legacy, investments. And then when the commitment comes in, you will have to call the shots. You will have to call the shots with the judgment because this is a Scorpio energy and this talks about you making that decision, okay? And deciding how you want to move forward with this person. So, Eight of Pentacles here for you, dear Scorpiana. Let's see what is it that you need to know. So, Eight of Pentacles here for you in the near future is clarified by the King of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Empress. You could be dealing between two signs, could be a Taurus, could be a Capricorn. Now, in the near future, there is a major, you know what I'm getting here? There's a conflict. There is an internal conflict. There is like an internal conflict between two people, three people. Some people here, I don't know who these people are, they intervene into this relationship. I'm going to say something, it's not going to resonate with everyone. This is what my intuition is telling me. If you're dealing with somebody that comes from a different culture, so it means there is an interracial marriage, different ethnicity, background, all these things. If there is a situation like that and you have people trying to block that, that's something that you're going to basically put your foot on the ground, step your foot on the ground and decide what you want to do. Because you love this person. I think you love this person so much that you would even travel to them, okay? The Two of Wands and then the Knight of Cups. You would definitely travel to this person. You would go to them. You are very devoted. So there is something about marriage. You could have people in your life that are against a certain type of marriage, or you want a traditional marriage that people don't want. There is something about like getting them getting them like very negative people out of this situation, third parties. There has been a lot of external forces that try to affect onto this relationship. So the Hierophant here for you, dear Scorpio, in the near future, this is an indication of a commitment. A lot of you could be teachers, or you could be dealing with somebody who is either a coach or a teacher or a fitness trainer. The Hierophant is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Cups, and the thick, juicy Ace of Wands, okay? So for many of you in the near future, there is going to be an important decision of leaving something here behind and moving forward together. Whatever didn't work out in the past, Five of Pentacles, you both are going to have a conversation with the Page of Swords. There could have been money issues between you and this person, money, financial struggles, or maybe you have financial struggles going on, but you're overcoming them, or this person. There is definitely some kind of an agreement that's going to happen between you and this person when it comes to finances, when it comes to settling down, or how much you're going to invest, how much this person is going to invest. That's what I'm really strongly getting here, some kind of an agreement. And you have the Strength, okay? So could be dealing with the Leo or someone who has a Leo in their birth chart. So the Strength here talks about like strong commitment coming in, okay? Commitment here that's going to lead to a marriage, commitment that's going to lead to a long-term partnership here. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is absolutely and literally the definition of a long-term commitment in tarot, Ten of Pentacles. The Strength is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, and the Hermit. Okay, Virgo energy here as well at the bottom of the deck. So for many of you, I do see here that this is a situation where there is going to be love. This person loves you, and I don't think they have really let you go. But, you know, with the Seven of Cups, there has been too much confusion. There has been a lot of things that happen, and it's been bothering you for such a long time. And what has been really bothering you is not really clearly seeing the conversation or the confirmation coming from this person's mouth and their actions that they want to really commit to you and they want to take this to the next level. Why it has been so much delayed and it's been postponed, my intuition based on the cards, what I'm getting is this person has been affected by either some family members around them or some sort of a third party, or being affected by external circumstances. Everyone's story and everyone's situation is different, but I think this person is wanting to like step forward and come towards you. Now, you're going to make the call, you're going to call the shots, and you're going to make a decision here. You have the Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Judgment. So what this is entailing here for you, Scorpio, is that there is going to be a decision here when it comes to partnership and working things out with this person and getting past behind that Five of Pentacles energy. Because there is a strong sense of abandonment. There might have been also some blame games. You and this person might have had some arguments over blame games. You did this, you did that. That's something that needs to be resolved between this relationship. Okay, and I think that it is going to. Now, let's get into the piece of, I don't know, because I shuffle really hard. I go really, really hard. Let's get, this is not the advice. The advice comes from here. Let's get the advice. What is the advice for Scorpio? Yeah, so you have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Scorpio, I told you about this already, okay? Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Temperance. You have been hurt, okay, very deeply by this situation, but get ready because there is going to be some sort of communication coming towards your way, definitely with the Ace of Swords, in regards to that situation that's been really bothering you. Because of this Three of Swords, okay, you have been in this place of Eight of Swords. It's been really bothering you. It's been really kind of keeping you stuck in your head. But with the Temperance, Sagittarius energy, you could have Sagittarius in your birth chart somewhere. You could be on a cusp, or you could be having that as a rising sun, Venus, moon, whatever. But I do see here that the advice here for you is to really see how can you transmute this situation. Everything comes down to transmutation, and I don't see you having a problem with that. You just need to remember, you are the sign of transformation and metamorphosis, Scorpio, okay? You come out of the ashes, rise out of the ashes, and you become the phoenix. So this is you looking into this situation that's been really bothering you and learning the lesson and moving forward. I think what you really need, Scorpio, I told Cancer the same thing too. It's not that you lack empathy, sympathy, and compassion. What you may lack is boundaries and a very certain, like a clear communication with this person. If you have been feeling that, oh, you know, what if I set boundaries and what if I tell them this and that and they think that I'm mean, that's not what it means. Boundaries are not. If somebody gets all worked up and they get so messy and fuzzy because you set some boundaries, that means that this person needs to work on like their temper management first, and they need to respect you. There's a lack of respect coming from them, okay? So that's something that you're gonna need to work on, because part of this issue here that you really feel like, you know, it's been bothering you is because also you're blaming yourself. Once you learn how to set healthy boundaries and let people know what's up, then they're going to catch you outside. So this is what I got for you, dear Scorpio. Don't forget to comment, like, because also, like I said, I'm going to choose 1 or 2 Scorpios, okay, throughout this month, and I'm going to have them into the comments. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to let you know, ask a question. You're going to ask a question, and I'm going to answer that in one of the upcoming Scorpio videos. 1 question just for free to give back. Maybe I'm going to choose 2 Scorpios. So keep an eye on that. Thank you for your positive engagement. Thank you very much for being here. I hope this reading helped and gave you some clarity, dear Scorpio. Have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.